What is going on, LEGO Maniacs? It's Zack Attack for Zack Attack Bricks, back at again with a video for you guys. Today, we are going to be continuing on adding on to the LEGO City, and today we're going to be making a custom LEGO store using potentially two of these LEGO 18-wheeler sets for the LEGO paneling, the design paneling, and also the printed tiles. And I'm going to also try and be making a custom pick-a-brick wall on top of a 32x32 Mills plate. So, I got this idea when these sets came out, when the set came out earlier this year, and I've been saving two of them for a hot minute, as my plan has been to make a LEGO store within the city, and my plan is to try and utilize as many of the parts as I can from this 18-wheeler set and see what we can't do from there. So, if you are excited for this, this may be a 1, 2, or 3-part video because I like to squeeze all the details I can into all my videos. Be sure and smash that like button, subscribe for more videos. I post videos every Monday, and if you haven't already, I'd love it if you would. Check out my link description box below for the previous video where I upgraded the LEGO grocery store, and follow me on my social media. I have a Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links for all the things, like I said, in the description box below. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into making the LEGO store for the LEGO City. Okay, so I have a pre-made 32x32 Mills plate here, and I have one of my two LEGO City LEGO 18-wheelers. So I picked up one of these in the summer, and or two of them in the summer rather. The second one I got for free because I cashed out all of my VIP points or insiders points, whatever you want to call them. So I got one for free, and I paid for one, and I'm kind of bummed out because I've seen these go for $80 and $70 sometimes on Costco and Amazon. So I'm kind of miffed that I paid full price for mine, or for one of them rather, but I think it will be worth it. So these are the chase pieces that I'm looking for to really make this set pop and to really make it work really, really well. And so we have several numbered bags. We have the instruction booklet here, which I don't think we need, but I do always like to take a look at them because you never know. And I have yet to encounter, gotta get the little itty bitty sticker sheet here, which comprises of 3 whole stickers, which I think is pretty crazy. There we go. Double the view there. And so we have 1, 2, 3 instruction booklets. One of mine got mangled, but that's okay because we have 2 sets of them. So let's take a quick inventory of all the things we have. There are a handful of minifigures in this set, and the main thing I'm going to be after are the yellow pieces and any yellow bricks I can get. Unfortunately, with LEGO lately, the amount of actual brick pieces has been pretty stagnant. So these printed pieces are what I'm after, what I'm looking for in order to make a huge structure. And if I recall right, there should be a fairly large printed LEGO piece. There is one. It's in this bag right here. So that's going to be one of the pieces that I want. And what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and make the building square, but also have kind of a turned top, if you will, like a turned roof. So that's going to be the challenge, and I'm going to be bouncing back and forth between my part inventory behind me. So I'm hoping that I can make this work and try and get as many of everything I need in here. I also have a ton of windows that I ordered in case I need those from my last pick-a-brick order, which is so funny because now it's going down. Like, pretty soon I'm going to be building that, and but I just need to get some more base plates. So let's go ahead and get cracking and see what I can't do to make this work. So starting out, I was just kind of get a feel of what resources I had, especially with these yellow 1x6s. I wasn't very confident in what came with the LEGO 18-wheeler, and so I decided to kind of play it safe in the beginning with utilizing the biggest pieces first and kind of dwindle down to the smaller bricks and whatnot, like 1x4s and smaller. So I ended up originally I was going to do a three-sided store with windows, but then I realized that it just didn't look right, and this side of the building you're not really going to see, especially depending on where you place it in the city. And I want to have some variety with the stores to where not 3 of the 4 sides of the building are decorated. Now, in the future, I may go back and change this, but for the time being, I really like how it looks, and so I ended up doing 4 windows on the front and then 3 on the side. But really, the panel from the truck is going to cover up one of the panels, or one of the windows rather. And here I was trying to really figure out how to make a corner window build, but I just didn't have the parts, and I just couldn't figure out how to jumper it to where I could make that corner build. So I ended up scrapping that and just doing the 4, the 4 corners essentially of the building, but then having the 4th corner be that inverted door. So that really worked, and I liked how that looked. And the challenge was, after this, was figuring out a way to get the structure above the door to fill in that gap. So once I put these panels up, that gave me quite a bit of space. And I really like how this is turning out, because it's kind of giving you that big box store feel, but it's also giving that warehouse look, because of the inside. And eventually I would like to fly some stuff on the inside. I thought it'd be kind of neat to do like the Lego Advent Calendar Star Wars and put those little mini builds around the store. I think that'd be pretty neat. And I also have some extra Lego helmets and whatnot that I could put in there to really have a fleshed out Lego Star Wars section. But the corner build was for the Lego logo was a bit challenging, because I was trying to figure out how to get that to rest or rather to connect. And so finally, I kind of gave up, and because I didn't have anything in my part inventory to make it work. And right about this time, I got a phone call from one of my good friends, Thomas, and I ended up pausing the recording. I didn't get a chance to record the rest of the build, especially the roof. The roof was one of those things where I wish I had kept recorded, because I was seriously scratching my head to make that work. But I'm really pleased with how it turned out, especially with the panels being used, and it just looks really, really, really good. All right, Lego Maniacs, we have finished the Lego store exterior, and I am very, very proud of this building, as this is one of the most challenging buildings construction-wise I've had to build, and I'm going to walk you through my design thoughts and all of that, and things I tend to do in the next video for the exterior, as I have kind of started on the inside, but just a small little tad bit. In my brain ball, I still have things mapped out, but this is the Lego store that I have designed, and I only had to use one of the Lego 18-wheelers that I had. So essentially, I can have the Lego 18-wheeler delivered to the Lego store and also build on their 18-wheeler for another day, which hopefully I can make like a flatbed or something like that, since I've used 3 of the 4 panels that came with it, and I may end up using this panel on the inside as well, just to add a little extra zhuzh and flair into this one. And we'll just have to see. I'm not exactly sure if there's another one of these cool Lego print tiles. I feel like there should be at least 2, but if there is a second one, you can bet your bottom dollar it's going to go right there. So let me walk you through everything that I have going on here with this Lego store, and my favorite parts of the build. And I'm obviously going to tile it off and make it work. My biggest concern is the corner of the store, so hopefully I can make that work tile-wise. And there was a lot of really cool build techniques that went into making the store this kind of square, chopped off corner type thing, and getting the roof to line up and all of that, and making a sunroof, which was totally not going to happen. And this was a fun little addition for the roof-wise, for kind of as like how can I make the roof seem less bland? I was like, skylight right there, just a skylight, because I had 3 more of these window pieces, and I thought that's the perfect way to use them. So let me show you everything that I've done for the exterior of the Lego store, and I'll walk through the build techniques I did for getting everything attached. And this is something that you could definitely do with one Lego 18. You will need to have a ton of 1x4, 1x2, 1x3, 1x1 bricks in yellow and red, and some tiles, lots of tiles and plates. And anyways, let's just go ahead and talk about this build. All right, so here is the exterior of the building. We have the front door, we have the side with the 3 windows here, and the side. There's actually 4 windows here, but this panel covers up part of the 4th window, so it's kind of symmetrical. I did use 3 of the panels here from the 18-wheeler here. I thought it was pretty unique to use that. And anyways, we have one here, and it's kind of broken up with some studs here for the Lego and whatnot. And then the same thing on this side. Now, if I do have another one of these Lego printed tiles, then I definitely will maybe stick that one right here. But here's another one of the tile work there. And then let's talk about the roof real quick. The roof was a very challenging thing to make because how this is constructed for it to attach to the building and whatnot. And this is one of the build techniques that I thought I wouldn't like, but the more and more I look at it, the more and more I don't really notice the fact that this is just resting. This is not attached whatsoever. It's just resting. Because I could not find a way to jumper this over to where it can connect. But we have the front door. It opens, and as you can see, there's really not a lot going on here in the inside of the Lego store, but eventually there will be, which is exciting. So close the front door there, and let's back up a little bit here. So here we have the back of the store, which there's not a lot going on. It's just a plain wall. Of course, this is going to face the city. Maybe somewhere down the line I may incorporate some type of like back door or whatever, or something, maybe like an employee area to really flush this out. I'm not really sure just yet, but not every back of the store needs to have some type of detail, but everything is pretty clean with the lines and whatnot. And these bricks are actually the cleanest bricks I have, and some of the oldest from my collection, and it's on the standard Mills plate as per usual. But so the roof, let's talk about the roof. The roof has this really cool skylight right here, and pretty standard built technique to get this, using snot bricks to mount this on its side, which I thankfully had enough of these, and to have the spacing here with all these plates, which by the way, I did utilize the black plates that came with the Lego 18-wheeler, so that was kind of a cool little use. And I did not, let me just show you guys real quick, I did not use hardly any of the parts. There's actually 4 more bags on the floor that I did not use, so I'm going to part these out in my part inventory here in the future, but I did not use really any parts from the set. I probably could have if I really looked and got things parted out, but I just used primarily from my collection, and I am down quite a bit of red and yellow bricks. But let's talk about the roof and show you how this all attaches, and especially this part. This was the most challenging part of the build because I had to figure out a way to get this to line up with everything, because these plates are weird. Like the math didn't line up. And anyways, I'll just show you what I'm talking about. So everything just kind of lifts off like a standard Mills plate roof. And so there's the construction of the roof right there. A lot of tile or plate work, and this corner build right here for where this sits on top of the Lego sign here is kind of layered in a way to where it makes sense. And I thankfully had these plates from that Big Ben I keep referring to, and so that's the construction of the roof. I really wish I had more black pieces to make this work, but I had a lot of these blue 2x12, I think, or maybe they may be longer than 2x12. They may be like 2x16 or something like that. I don't know, but those came from the Ben. I think they came from the Upside Down Lego set. So anyways, here is the door itself, and so the roof is pretty standard, like just construction wise, but the skylight makes things difficult, and doing a inverted corner, I guess would be the word to call it, is kind of the most challenging part. And so this literally just rests on top of that because I could not find anything in my part inventory. Sorry, this needs to focus. There we go. I could not find anything in my part inventory that would work to connect this. So this just casually rests on top of that, and that's it. But this build itself is pretty unique as far as usage of plates, snot bricks, and 2x2 bricks, and these cheese slope pieces. I think they had a ton of these, and the Lego printed sign itself, just utilizing some 1x4 snot brick, and utilizing more 1x1 red snot bricks here on the sides to help attach these on here, because originally I was going to have these rest next to that, but it wouldn't stay, and it wasn't really stable. But I eventually came up with this to get it to work, and it works out pretty well. So not a lot of crazy construction, as far as this. This is probably the most complex part of the build, is the sign there. And then over here, we just have some more snot bricks that are kind of holding the panels here on the side of the store together. Now, I'm not very fond of the fact that these panels are exposed. So, and it kind of doesn't really fill things out. So what I'm thinking about doing is doing this on the inside. I'm not sure where exactly, but I do want to have some type of this to kind of be filled in. So I may use some more snot bricks to attach this here or here, but I really want to fill this out. And I didn't want to use a lot of my 1x4 plates and whatnot. I did use a lot of them, not plates, but bricks here. I still have a good handful left, but I definitely want to save those for another build potentially. But you know, if I can, I'll try and build this out somehow, and we'll cover this in the next video. But I definitely want to be able to kind of hide this construction on the inside. It doesn't really bother me because from the outside you can't see it, so it's not really a big deal. So on the top, just some tiles and some 1x2 and some elbow plates there, and then everything just goes together pretty flawlessly and pretty smoothly. Just you drop in this piece, just rests, and the roof goes on like that. There is a lip on this side of the plate there. As you can see, there's a lip that kind of covers everything. So all this attaches like you do. And I'll just fasten that real quick. And just like that, it is back on with little to no fuss. And I'm pretty happy with this build. I think it looks really good. And once I go through the remainder of these parts, I'll feel a whole lot better. And I'll add, you know, go through these in the process and finish this. And there's just a lot of cool parts in here that I can definitely use and part out and put in my inventory for future builds. I always like that. I always like adding back to my inventory, especially with part-intensive builds, buildings like this. So that'll give back to my inventory a little bit. Not as much as I took, but every little bit helps. But yes, this is the Lego store for the Lego City. I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to place it in the city, but we definitely have options, and you know, we'll have to see where it fits the best. All right, Lego Maniacs, this is my custom Lego store for the Lego City. Next time we will do the interior, which I have a lot of good plans for the interior, especially a pick-a-brick wall, where I will get to utilize the many different color of 1x1 dot pieces to make a really neat pick-a-brick ball. And of course, we will be using the printed tile pieces from this set, and I'll be making some mini builds to go into this, so that is exciting. So we'll leave it for next time. In the meantime, you were watching this on a Monday, but did you know that last Thursday I did a live stream right here at the desk where we built the the UCS, I'm thinking about text messaging, the UCS R2-D2. We got started on it at least. So if you missed that, be sure and check the video above my noggin, link to that in the description box below as well. So I do live streams. I'm going to try and do them, you know, every Thursday or so until I run out of sets to build, but I do have a handful of things I can build in the meantime for those build and chilled live streams, so be sure and check those out. Set reminders and notifications turn on. If you haven't already, be sure and subscribe. I post videos every Monday, and of course live streams on Thursday. And next time we will finish the interior of the Lego store and place it in the Lego City. So if you're excited for that, be sure and smash that like button and subscribe, like I said already. But you guys have a fantastic rest of your week. Until then, friends, keep building, and I'll see you in the next video.